Well, well, what a goofy turn of events this whole Game Awards thing has been with the Sonic Frontiers thing. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's the Game Awards each year, and they hold a player's voice vote, which allows players to vote for a game that they think deserves their Game of the Year by the player's voice, of course, and not the main award show. And typically, this player's voice can include games that either got snubbed from any category or just something that's just, kind of late coming out. And I appreciate this category because it allows people to vote for the game that they think is Game of the Year instead of, just some companies and, some outlets coming together for the Game Awards. But again, a lot of people use it to show love to their favorite games, or certain games get voted for because of manipulation purposes. Hey, hold up a minute. 75% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel, so why don't you consider subscribing if you've been enjoying the content? You may be like, hey, this might be too early in the video. But 43,000 of you guys keep coming back to these videos, so I'm talking to you. Why don't you hit the subscribe button? Thanks, guys. So starting from the beginning of the Sonic sweep, Sonic Frontiers easily shot up in the numbers on the first day of round 1 voting for the player's voice. And if you didn't know, there's 3 rounds of voting and games get eliminated each round, and Sonic Frontiers survived round 1 and it did fairly well. Round 2, it completely dominated, but Genshin Impact was oddly increasing enough. Let me explain something about Genshin Impact. The game came out in 2020. And I don't understand why it's here in the Player's Voice Awards. I understand it's an ongoing game and they're adding more content, but it doesn't really make sense to me, I feel like. Sonic Frontiers is a 2022 game. Genshin is huge, don't get me wrong, and I'm not speaking from a place of hate for Genshin. I actually played the game, and I don't mean I just tried the game, I mean I actually played the game for a while. I played it for about a year. I've spent money on Genshin Impact. It's a cool game, but there's some weird stuff in that Genshin community and Genshin overall thing for me personally. So you may be wondering, why in the world did Genshin just randomly blow up and blow past Sonic Frontiers? It's because of a couple reasons actually. For one, apparently, if Genshin wins player's voice, they're gonna give people free in-game currency. Because Genshin is always giving out like a lot of free stuff, and for little occasions like this, they'll give out free currency and whatnot. But not also that. It seems like people are botting the Genshin vote in order to make it win. And people have gone in some like dev mode and checking like API and whatnot, and they're noticing odd activity, I guess, and people are, putting 2 and 2 together that they're likely cheating in order to make Genshin Impact to beat Sonic Frontiers. And let me just say this. I don't actually care if Sonic Frontiers wins or not. I personally, this is my own personal take. I want Sega to see this. I want Sega to see Frontiers win. Why do I want them to see them win? I want them to really know they got a winning formula. I mean, I'm sure they see how close it is right now and, with the votes and whatnot. But I really want them to just realize that they kind of did something with Sonic Frontiers to the best of our ability. Because, we can scream to the top of our lungs that a Sonic game is so good when it is, but that doesn't mean they'll stick with it. But if it's winning awards and is getting praise, it'd be like, yeah, we did something with that. Let's keep doing that, but better. I'm sure that makes the dev team feel really happy, and just, everyone who just worked on the game just really happy. And also the fans of the game happy. Because let's be honest, Sonic Frontiers is not Game of the Year. Maybe it's your personal Game of the Year, but personally, to me and many others, I don't think it's actually deserving of a Game of the Year title. But I don't think at this point voting for it because you don't actually think it's Game of the Year is a bad thing. Because you're limited on what you can actually vote on at this point. It's either Sonic Frontiers, Genshin, or Elden Ring, I believe, and God of War. And my thing is with Player's Voice, personally, I don't like to vote for games that already are nominated for like Game of the Year. So like it's kind of silly to me to vote for God of War Player's Voice when it has a chance to win actual Game of the Year. And I just love to use Player's Voice to vote for things, like I said, that isn't in the main show. Sonic Frontiers is not in the main show at all. It's not even in the music category, which is what it's probably most deserving of, is the music category, and it's not even there. I remember back when Fire Emblem 3 Houses was put in the Game Awards Player's Voice, and it beat Smash Bros. Because people love that game so much. And to me, this is the same kind of voting thing. People are voting for Frontiers because they want to see Frontiers win, and they want to see Sonic win. It's pretty simple, honestly. I don't really think it matters what your reason for voting is. You can vote for whatever reason you want. You're free to vote. But I'm not really a big fan of botting votes. I think that's ridiculous. And I think Genshin bribing the community to essentially vote to get free items is kind of stupid as well. And I see people comparing both fan bases, saying both are being toxic about this. I don't really think so. I don't really think Sonic fans starting a hashtag to push for a voting thing for a game that they like is toxic. That's just a community coming together to push for something that they enjoy. That's not really toxic. I don't think it's really comparative to Genshin botting. Something I notice about a lot of Sonic fans is they feel like we can't have nothing. So there's always got to be something. You always got to say something. Got to bring something down, you know? Like, yeah, but we're also toxic, or Sonic also is bad in this way. Like, I feel like Sonic fans usually have to just add a but to everything because they're not used to winning. So no, I don't think starting the Sonic sweep hashtag is toxic by any means. I think it's all in good fun at the end of the day, and this doesn't really actually amount or mean anything because it's superficial, I guess. But the only thing that I guess it kind of means is what it means to the dev team. And what it shows them, I guess, in order to keep making games like this. I think that's what it really means, but everything else is just kind of superficial. It doesn't really matter. It's an award show for video games. It isn't that deep, but it's still fun to talk about overall, I feel like. But yeah, that's my take on the whole Genshin Impact cheating thing. It's kind of funny, but at the same time, it's, you know, it's like, bruh, it ain't that deep, you know what I mean? But anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. And like always, I'll see you in the next one.
Well, whatever happens, happens.